Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update on ICP. Now, real quickly in the daily, I just wanted to show you these areas of support and resistance. Our major resistance is up around $24 here at this point of breakdown, and we've have quite a significant support here between $8.50 and $9.50. We've used it as resistance about 3 times, and we've already used it as support here once on a retest. So it's looking pretty good. And based on the move the last day to the upside, I think there's a possibility either our ending diagonal got bigger or we're going to run extensions to the upside to around that $24 area, which is a pretty big move. We're talking 80-90%. Up around 24, yeah, 80%-ish. And I wanted to show you those scenarios. Just because this move was so impulsive to the upside, it looks really good for either extensions or a ending diagonal. Well, going down to the hourly, I had an ending diagonal mapped out. It did not come to fruition, so we have to consider the fact that it got bigger. And targets for that are 1780. That would be the 2.618 extension of the wave 1 and 2 on the larger degree here. You can see our third came just through the 1.618, which was the extended wave, and looking for the 2.618 for the fifth in this scenario. In this scenario, our fourth ended over here, and we're making an A, B, C to the upside in 5, where we had that expanding diagonal on the end, which was low probability at the time, which is why I didn't have it as my primary. But based on the previous wave action here and price action, I have to put that as a possibility now. As you can see, we rejected really nicely between the 618 and the 786, which is where we'd expect a deeper diagonal to hit. And now working on a potential A wave, finishing up looking for a B and our C wave to the upside around 1719, just above this high, at which point we get a retracement for our fourth and our fifth wave up, targeting around that 1780 area. Now I want to show you my more bullish scenario, which is our fourth wave ended over here, and we had a WXY with a flat in between, so technically our Y made a lower low than our W, in which case we have 5 waves up as a wave 1 in our fifth. Came between the 618, and we're now making our second wave 1 in our fifth. So we can get pretty impulsive here. Now for targeting purposes, I would use linear scale. Log scale gets pretty high up there, around above $37. So I would use linear for this one, which lines up with that point of breakdown I mentioned to you earlier between 2350-ish and 25. I highlighted the box there, you can see. It's our major resistance. And because we came deeper than the 618, I would just target between the 1.382 and the 1.618 for our third. And our fifth wave would be up around the 200. Right at that area of breakdown, as you can see. So this is what I'm looking at here, and we'll be able to nail in those targets once this wave fills out, and we can get a better idea of where we should be targeting. So currently expecting this move in the extensions to be around $24 in the extended wave, unless we're working on log scale, in which case we'd go much higher, but currently expecting extension in the fifth on linear scale. There is ways this is bearish, but it's looking less and less likely just because of this impulse we got, and I'll show you how that can come to be, but my primary is upside in either the diagonal or another impulse. Now how this can become bearish is if this is all an A wave, we then get a deep B, C wave to the upside, and then we make another correction to the downside as either a Y wave or a C wave if we break the 70 as a flat. So this is an area of interest. But for trading purposes, I would be defended against that as a loss as long as we get some follow through on the next wave. But this is pretty clearly an impulse, which is really great news because you know a correction can't end this way in 5 waves, especially with a V-cut bottom. It looks very good for at least one more wave to the upside as either a breakdown wave after or the impulse to continue to the upside. Now, the only way this could fail from here, I pulled these fibs a second ago, is if this is a pretty improbable C wave. You can see this box here is our expanded X or B wave option. And what that would look like is if this is our first wave in our correction, and this is all a B wave, and then we get 5 straight down from here, like so, straight down, and this would make a larger flat or WXY, most likely a WXY because we didn't pass the 70, so yeah, it would be a WXY. So we'd expect 3 waves here rather than 5 if that goes to the downside. Just label that properly for you. But the size of this wave, it doesn't really make sense for this to be the correction. So I put it very, very low probability, like very, very low. So as of right now, expecting either one more wave up as an ABC before continuation to the downside or the beginning of an impulse to the upside, which is my primary. So for trading purposes, what I am going to do myself, not financial advice, you make your own decisions, is to look for a sideways correction as an ABC within this previous resistance as support. We could get a pretty shy retracement here. I will probably be buying right in this zone depending where it is, on the top of it and in the middle. Move that over. Just want to see where everything lines up. Go to the left here. Yeah, I won't be holding on to the 618. I'll be buying between the 236 and the 382, 50 if we get it, but it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 5 waves complete. We could get one more wave to the upside, but it looks good. That looks like our third of the third, fourth of the third, fifth based on RSI. So I will be looking in this area to buy. I'm going to give it a little more time. I just want to see kind of a sideways correction here. But I will be buying right in these areas. Stop will be at this previous low, targeting up around that $24 area. All right, guys, so that's it for ICP. My bias is to the upside. I showed you how we could fail. Get rid of that. My target is up there, just shy around, let me go back to linear, around $24, $25, right in this area of resistance. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I did one on Solana. If you want to check the daily playlist, that's at the end of the video. Thanks for watching.